The Dodgers are going for a sweep of the Phillies today. It would make it their sixth win in a row, their second sweep consecutively as they face the Phillies in the last of this three-game set. And we have some excitement. Gavin Stone is making his MLB debut. We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, let's go through the lineups. Mookie Betts is leading things off in right field. Freddie Freeman's going to be at first base. Will Smith is catching and batting third. Max Muncy still batting cleanup and at third base. I would like to say I'm loving this top four. I like the consistency of it as well. Jason Hayward gets a start today, and he's DHing. So they're just getting his bat in the lineup. He's batting fifth. James Outman continuing to get starts in center field. Miguel Vargas is at second base. David Peralta is getting the start in left, and then Chris Taylor will be manning things down at shortstop. Leading things off for the Phillies, we have Kyle Schwarber. Trey Turner's batting second. Bryce Harper is back at DHing. Nick Castellanos in right field. Bryson Stott will be batting fifth at second base. Alec Boehm is at first. Brandon Marsh will be in center field. Edmundo Sosa will be at third base. And Garrett Stubb, no JT Realmuto today, will be catching. And on the bump for the Phillies, the Fightin' Phils, we have Aaron Nola. So let's just get right to it. Gavin Stone, here he is. There was talks that the Dodgers would eventually bring him up this year, and that time is now. To make room for that on the roster, they optioned left-handed reliever Alex Vesia to Oklahoma City, and that makes a lot of sense. I know Doc was saying earlier, or a couple days ago, maybe even yesterday, that they were going to put somebody to the IL, that to make room, they were going to send a relief pitch, or not a relief pitcher, just a pitcher to the IL. There was a lot of speculation that it could be Noah Syndergaard because of his struggles, but instead they opt for optioning Alex Vesia. And this makes a lot of sense. Vesia has been struggling lately, and even last night, he doesn't give up a run, but it wasn't pretty. He gives up a single, gives up a walk, couldn't really find the zone, wasn't locating his fastball consistently. He did. At certain times he did. His breaking ball looks better than I think he's giving it credit for, but they optioned him. This has happened before. I think it was 2 years ago this happened before, and he came back and just dominated. So hopefully he takes that chance to go down, tinker with some stuff, work on some things, comes back up, and just becomes the second best relief pitcher that the Dodgers have, as he has been the last 2 years. But enough about all that. Let's talk about Gavin Stone. As I said before, he's making his MLB debut. He is one of, if not the best, Dodgers pitching prospect. Depends on what you think of Bobby Miller and his pedigree. Gavin Stone, though, is a consensus top 60 prospect. You look anywhere, he's somewhere in that top 60 range. He had a 1.48 ERA last year over like AA, AAA. He was kind of all over the place in terms of minor league ball, but he had a very good ERA. Saw him a little bit in spring training. Then he goes for his first start and gets absolutely shelled. He comes out after like 2 2/3 innings after giving up just like 7 runs. It was not what you wanted to see. However, since then he's given up only 7 runs earned over the last 22 innings for a 2.86 ERA. And in those 22 innings, he has 24 strikeouts and only 9 walks. That's less than a walk an inning. That's, more than a strikeout an inning. I think he's at a 1.08 whip. If that's a stat you like. So he's looked much, much better over those, I think it's been 5 starts or 4 starts since the last one. So he's looked much better. What does he sport? Well, he's kind of, he's a 5-pitch pitcher in theory. He's got a fastball, slider, curve. I think he sports a cutter or sinker like very occasionally, but the moneymaker is the changeup. There was a lot made about Ryan Pepio and his changeup. I mean, we've seen it before. That arm side run on that changeup's insane. If you can control it, it's one of the better changeups in the league. But from what I've heard and what I've read, Stone's changeup is supposed to be even better than Pepio's changeup. So let's see what that looks like. Let's see how that plays up at the major league level. He does throw it off a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball, so you can get some real velocity difference. You can get some guys really out in front of it, and if it's got good movement, or if he just locates it at that bottom of the zone, especially to like right-handed pitchers or right-handed hitters, sorry, to left-handed hitters is if it tails away from them, it could just be a devastating pitch. What am I looking for Gavin Stone today? Obviously, results are good. You want to see a rookie come up and shove. But on the off chance that doesn't happen, or just in general, what do you look for? I just want to see his stuff. I want to see how it plays. Does he have command? Where is he locating his fastball? So I'm going to be looking a lot at Will Smith's glove, where he sets up and where Gavin Stone gets the ball. You don't want to see Will Smith setting up low and away to a right-hander, and then all of a sudden, you're throwing high and inside to Nick Castellanos. There's a drive in a deep left center field, whatever. You don't want to see that. You want to see him, set up low away, hit that spot. Looking for that. Apparently, as well, the demeanor on the mound is supposed to be something different. He's supposed to be, kind of, I'm not making necessarily the talent comparison, but very early year Kershaw-esque, just kind of angry on the mound, get out of my way, trying to mow you down. So does he hold that through the entire outing? If he gives up some traffic, walks a guy, bloop single, walks a guy. Does he unravel in that spot? Or does he bear down and get the requisite number of outs to come out cleanly? That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. If that all leads to a good result, excellent. Obviously, want the Dodgers to win, want him to do well. But I think more importantly, it's command, demeanor, and just obviously the pitch mix. Does it look like it'll play up at the major league level? So that's what I'm looking for today. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you're excited about Gavin Stone, what you think his stat line will be, and what you're looking for. Just let me know. I'd love to see what everyone else is thinking. All right, enough about Gavin Stone. Let's talk about Aaron Nola. He's struggled so far this year. He has a 4.46 ERA. He has looked better over the last few starts. He's actually coming off his best start, where he gave a 1 earned run over 8 innings pitched while fanning 6 guys against the Houston Astros. So it's a very formidable lineup, even without Jose Altuve. It is. He's still a 5-pitch guy, 4-seam curve, sinker, cutter, change. Same Aaron Nola pitch-wise as we've seen. It's just this year he's not getting, as he's not having as much success as normal. His fastball sitting at around like 92 miles an hour. That curveball's inducing swing and miss 34% of the time. So, I mean, if he's landing that for strikes and guys are swinging over the top of it, it's going to be a long night. I mean, we've kind of seen that happen with, the Adam Wainwrights of the world, when the Dodgers just swing over the top of every curveball that's thrown their way. I think the struggles for him looks like he's just not putting guys away. He's bottom of the in terms of strikeout percentage. That being said, he's not walking a ton of guys. So he's not necessarily doing himself any favors by not striking guys out, but he's also not giving up easy base runners. So it'll be up to the Dodgers to put the ball in play. I expect them to do so. This is a great lineup for that. Mookie's had a lot of success. He's got a couple homers against Aaron Nola. Freddie is doing all right. But this is a good lineup, in my opinion, especially the top of this lineup. Jason Hayward, I like seeing him back in the lineup. James Outman, Miguel Vargas, if they continue what they've been doing. James Outman over the last, this season, and Miguel Vargas over the last 2 games. If we're seeing something from them, this is a great lineup against Aaron Nola. On the Phillies side, I'm sure Gavin Stone is happy that JT Realmuto is not in the lineup. But talk about being thrown into a fire. Hey, it's your first major league start. Now go strike out Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, and Nick Castellanos, Brandon Marsh. This is not a fun lineup, but it should be exciting. I'm sure he is excited to make this start at Dodger Stadium. From the bullpen, obviously Alex Vesia is not available tonight, and that's okay. We don't need the lefty. Victor Gonzalez has come up. He's looked really good. He's looking like 2020 Victor Gonzalez, which is exciting. But so we have him. We have Caleb Ferguson. We're good on left-handers. Everyone is available tonight, as far as I'm aware. I would and you're saying, hey, what about Bickford? He's thrown like the last 3 nights. I don't know. They seem hell-bent on getting every last pitch out of Phil Bickford's right arm as humanly possible. So, if we're up 14 runs again, who knows? Maybe, or 12 runs again, maybe we still see Phil Bickford. But either way, they're really well positioned for a Gavin Stone start. Maybe the team he's going against isn't a soft landing, but in terms of what the Dodgers are providing, it's a pretty soft landing. You're getting one of the better lineups that the Dodgers has produced. I mean, the only change you could probably make here is you'd like, if JD Martinez was healthy, you'd like him back. So this is a very, competitive, competent lineup. Your bullpen's totally available. So if Gavin Stone gets rocked early, we've got guys, waiting in the wings that can kind of save him a little bit. And if he goes long, I mean, we've got guys to preserve a lead or, keep them in the game. So Gavin Stone he hopefully has the confidence to feel comfortable on the mound and just be him, go do what he does. I'm really excited. I will be watching every single pitch. I hope you guys are too. Join me later today. After this game, I will have a series recap, just talking about the last two games and, this one as well. you know, Unlike a few of the other series, I don't really think anything that happens today could make it a down disposition for the recap, barring injury. So fingers crossed, knock on every piece of wood imaginable. But yeah, so it should be pretty upbeat, lighthearted. So yeah, come join me for that, and go Dodgers. I'll see you guys later.